It's Alison Solving with Stamp Crazy with Alison, and I'm just going to go over here and get us sorted out on. There we go. That should work. And we should be okay now. So let me just see what's going on. There we go. Nope, that's my old picture. Let's wait for today's to pop up. There we go. And make sure I put sound. And we do. Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so let me just open that up so that if anybody pops on in our Border Buddy Hangout, that I'll be able to see your comments. And I'm going to open my chat on YouTube and my Stamp Crazy page, and then I'm just going to wait for you guys to pop on, and hopefully someone will join me. Oh, I've got Jen over there. Hi, Jen. Nice to see ya over on Border Buddies. And someone is watching from Penticton. Cindy, there you are. Oh, you're in Penticton, Cindy? Oh, gosh. Good for you. What you doing in Penticton? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. Well, it is not a nice day here. It was beautiful yesterday. We had a lovely day. And then today it's the atmospheric river is back. So, I don't know. It's up and down around here. We're going to be playing with the beautiful butterflies. This is a fabulous, it's part of a fabulous suite called Beautiful Bokeh. And I'm going to show you some products from this suite. It's in the January to April 2025 mini catalog. That's where you can find it. So let me hide my face and we'll move over here and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. So good morning, Keisha. How are you, friend? Hope you're doing well today. Enjoying spring break with your niece. Yes, beautiful butterflies. Fabulous. Okay. It is part of, as I said, the Beautiful Bokeh Suite, which is in the mini catalog. I'll just grab it here and show you. It's on page 38 and 39, so you can see all the products here. There's some samples. And it includes the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set, but it's got fabulous, a hybrid embossing folder, which coordinates with the dies. This one here is not part of it. This is just something I'm going to be using in my card today. So I'll take that off for a sec. So you can see we've got some butterfly outlines. Obviously this one cuts out this, and we can use that to place on top. We've got little tiny butterflies with little thorax bodies and a big body, and we've got some labels and cut out some, let's see, this butterfly here. So it's kind of cool. And then we've got the Beautiful Butterflies hybrid embossing folder. Now I've shown you some tips with this in my previous emails. So check those emails. Oh, sorry, you guys. I dropped something and now I banged my head. Okay, well, this is normal for us, right? This is a normal day for us. Hi, Mary. Cool and overcast. I could handle cool and overcast. It's pouring here. Yeah, it's a great bundle. Always on a work trip. Oh, how nice. And you were in Kelowna. Oh, I bet you yesterday was nice in Kelowna. You have to visit those wineries, right? Okay, I do digress. So I showed you how you can use this by itself. I've showed you how you can use this die in particular. Let me grab it. When it's called a hybrid because you can actually, look at this, you can actually cut out and emboss a piece of cardstock all at the same time. So that's kind of cool. And that is part of the fantastic suite. Now, I'm having a class. The class is on, we've had to move it. We had to move it to Wednesday, April the 30th, and we're going to start at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So people on the East Coast, it won't be too late for them. And of course, we always have a recording, and then we'll also upload a YouTube link so that you'll have it forever. Okay, so no worries there if you can't join live. So what comes in the class? Well, 8 cards. We're going to make 8 cards, 2 of each of 4 designs. So that's fun. 1 to keep, 1 to give away. You're going to get half. It's dry and pink Tic-Tac. Oh, lucky you. Let's see here. You're going to get half a pack of the designer series papers. So that means you're going to get 24 sheets. So 2, 4, 6. So you're going to get 4 of each of these. And so you got one side that looks like that, and the other side that's a little more modeled, right? This is the bokeh effect. Can you see how it's kind of blurred out? Apparently it's Japanese. It's a Japanese word for blur, and it's a technique used in photography. Yeah. Hi, Jacqueline. Good morning, friend. Hi, Pat over there. So you're going to get 24 sheets, okay? Then it's a goodie bag, and then you're going to get part of your goodie bag. You can get a whole pack of the Starburst sequins. Those are fun. And you're going to get half a roll of this white 1/4 inch. It's like an open weave ribbon. This is, you can find this on online exclusives. If you're thinking, I haven't seen that in the catalog, where is that? It's an online exclusive, so check it out. So you're going to get all of that, plus your 8 cards cut, plus a PDF with the instructions, pictures and instructions, and access to our crafting day where we're going to make them together. So, and then you'll have the recordings. So it's really great. Now, if you purchase the bundle from me, I have to order it for you. You'll get a full pack of the designer series paper, and I will direct ship some of the other parts of the goodie bag, so you'll have it. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. If you've got any questions, let me know. Good morning, Leanne. How are you this morning? I'm just going to scoot. Yeah, that's good. We're good. Hi, Mo. You scooted on there. I haven't seen everybody who's, I think I've gotten everybody. Hi, Barb. How am I making out with the new puppy? Oh, well, Barb, she is lovely, but she's smarter than me. And that is, she's smarter than my husband too. And we're like, So the good news is she learns really quickly. So we, in case you guys didn't know, we rescued a beagle. She's a year old. Her name is Gracie. And we are enjoying her. But she is a, what is the word for her? She is a minx. She's adorable, and she knows it. That's her other superpower. But anyway. Anyway, thanks for asking, Barb. She's really quite sweet. All right, have I got everybody? Okay. And I had to phone my my vet, also known as Leanne Binder, who is Stamp Chatter here, last night because she'd eaten so much grass and she was really sick. And I'm used to having a dog that weighs 90 pounds. So when you have a 90-pound dog and they are vomiting or have other gastro issues, you really can wait a day or so to see if it sorts its way out. But I didn't know about a little 25-pounder. Anyway, Leanne talked me off the ledge and said, no, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. It's the grass. And she is fine today, Leanne. So, hi, Diane. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, you didn't go. Oh, great. I'm so glad that you're here. You were going to go visit Kathy, yeah? All right. Should we get started? Oh, you have to say hi to Pat over there. We're going to start with, excuse me, basic white. And this is the thick basic white. Now, if you follow my newsletter, you receive my newsletter, I told you, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, that this size, the 8.5 by 11 of the thick cardstock was going away. And then I followed up a couple of days later because Stampin' Up! Listened to people's concerns because they wanted this in 8.5 by 11, and they brought it back. So I think it's back in the store actually, so you can go check it out. I like it because it's a little bit thicker and adds a little bit more stability to a card, especially when you start putting layers on it. So this is just 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. That's our front. Then I've grabbed a piece of that fabulous designer series paper and I just cut it 5 1/4 by 4. Let me get my glue. Let's hope our glue is working today. Oh, Oh, it is. Yay. Okay. My friend Diane got a 3D printer last year, and she brought me a gift. We went to an event. I can't remember. Oh, I know. We were on the incentive trip to Mexico, and she brought me this. I'll show you. And it's fantastic for my liquid glue because my liquid glue sits like this upside down. And so it tends to not get as clogged. So nice to have friends that look after us, right? Okay, so we're going to glue that down. And then I've got 2 pieces here. Now this is fresh freesia. That's because this is fresh freesia. And then I wanted black because I thought black would really make it pop. So this is 2.5 by 5 1/4, and this is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. The first thing I want to do is I want to emboss this. So let me grab my embossing folder. Let me just bring this back over here. So here's my folder. Now I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just going ahead and embossing it as I normally would. You won't believe how beautiful I just did it like this. I just kind of did it like that. Oop. I want it just to be a little bit straighter. You won't believe how deep an impression you can get using this. Now I'm going to use the Stampin' Cut Emboss. Oh, crash. Ignore that. I'll get that in a minute. You have to use the regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because the 3D embossing folders of this size will not go through the what we like to call the baby boss, which is the mini. Just will not go through. It's too wide. Okay, now look at this. You're not going to believe how deeply etched that is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love all these little dots too. So pretty. Okay. Set that aside. Set this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay. Now, you could use the deboss side. If you don't want to use the embossed side, you can use the debossed, but I like the embossed. So let's get that baby on there. Hope everybody who joined a little bit late is having a good Sunday. Yep. Okay. All right. Now, before I glue this down, I want to add a little bit of ribbon. So I'm going to grab that ribbon that we're going to be using in our class. Remember, you'll get 5 yards of this, so you have plenty. I'm going to leave it on the spool just so I can get the right length here. I find that if I leave it on the spool and then put my ribbon on, I don't waste any ribbon. Okay, so I cut it after I've trimmed it all off. Okay. Oop. Getting myself into going the wrong way here. Being a little bit too stingy with my ribbon. So let me just start again. Here we go. Oh, that's better. Okay. My husband finished off the backyard yesterday, which was awesome. So he's basically penned in the entire, or fenced in. We had a fence, not a fence, we have a hedge that goes all the way around. We have quite a large lot. And of course, it was never a problem with our other dogs. Now, my son's dog, she's an escaper. She's a bolter. They call her a bolter. And she can get us, but we can Stella-proof the yard easily for her because she won't go under the hedge and stuff. She's too big. But I thought, Gracie's going to go under the hedge. So he's put up fencing, and oh, it looks fantastic. So now she has a huge yard to run in. So yesterday we let her out for the first time. Oh my goodness, you guys. It was like watching. Have you ever seen those agility things where there's a beagle? Or if you're in Canada, we have this thing at our exhibitions in Canada called, oh gosh, what's it called? The dogs. Someone will know. We always go to it. Super dogs. And whenever a beagle comes out and it's going to be raced against another dog, we always bet on the beagle. I've never seen anything run so fast in my life. It was unbelievable. So anyway, she ran around and had lots of fun. You're just lounging at the hotel. Lucky you. I envy you. Okay, so now we can go ahead and glue this down, okay? Because we've got our ribbon up there. And as you guys know, I like to glue things down as I can. In other words, I don't like to lose things on my desk. So I find that if I glue stuff down, then it's there. And I kind of, see what I did there? I just opening it up, folding it back on itself, and then I can give it a nice press and get that glue really stuck. Okay? That's not going anywhere now. All right, so let's do some elements here. Now, I noticed, I thought this morning when I gathered up all my little bits, I thought, why do I have that piece? Well, now I know. Here we go. Let me grab it. Another piece of white, and I thought, I don't need a piece of white. Yeah, you do. Here we go. Here's a piece of white. Now, I did something. This was by accident. Okay, this is totally by accident because I had another idea for a card. Super dog, yeah. So I'm just going to do it like I did. Okay, so I've got my fresh freesia and I've got a blending brush. But before I do that, I want to grab that image from the stamp set, the butterfly. It's kind of a very deep, it almost looks like a stained glass butterfly. So I'm going to stamp 2 of those. Okay, you could probably do 3 if you wanted, but I'll just do 2. Okay, I can set that aside. And then I want to color it in with some Stampin' Right marker, not Stampin' Right markers. Oh my goodness, Stampin' Blends. But I thought this was a mistake, but I liked it. So I'm going to take my blending brush. I'm going to pick up some of that fresh freesia. I'm going to start it off on the side, and I'm just going to go over top. I'm just adding color like this. I think I'll make the other card another day that I had in my head, but it went off sideways. Like I just abandoned that. But I thought, oh, I can still use those colored in butterflies. Okay, so then I did that, and I thought, like it, but is that enough? So what color should I grab here? I grabbed fresh freesia and fresh freesia, but you know what? I think I'm just going to try something else, you guys. I'm going rogue here, going over and grabbing my Highland Heather blends instead. Okay, I don't know why, I just am. So let me see. I want to see how dark the dark is. Oh, it's actually quite nice. Okay, so then all I did was I colored in not every one of these little areas. Like I said, this is like a stained glass, isn't it? I just wanted to kind of add color to a few of them. So we're doing a symmetrical look here. I'm going to check the comments in this second because I've kind of left you alone for a minute. See if anybody has any questions. So yeah. Oh, you know what? I like this way better than when I added the fresh freesia. This looks way better. Hi, Ellie. This looks way better with the Highland Heather. Way better. Okay, so I used the blending brush with fresh freesia. And then I'm just going with the dark Highland Heather. Interestingly enough, the fresh freesia is dark. It's darker than this. It's kind of interesting. Okay, go there and there. Okay, so I've got a symmetrical butterfly. Oop, gotta do this. There we go. Now, there we go. Okay, that works. So can you see that we've, thanks, Mary. You're so sweet. Hi, Kim. Thanks. It was completely by accident, you guys. Isn't that funny? Happy accident. Okay, so that's what we've done. Now, let's cut those out because we're going to need 2 of them. So we've got our little, these used to be called framelets, this kind of die, and I kind of still call it that, although we don't, Stampin' Up! Doesn't. But basically why I call it a framelit is because it frames it, cuts it out, right? Now I'm going to take a piece of fresh freesia and I'm going to cut out these images. Let me show you. These ones here are like a open, detailed image, and it matches up a bit with this size. So let's just tape those down so they don't move. The reason I'm taping down my images is, I don't know about you, but when I'm running them through, and even though it's not a framelit, I mean, obviously for this one, I don't want it to move, but this one, I don't want it to move either, because I find that if I go forward and then back, sometimes these shift and then it moves it and it cuts, it doesn't cut out the shape. It cuts out some weird shape. Now I've also want to cut out two little bodies here, 4 X's. Okay. Yeah, you gotta happy accidents, right, Kim? Absolutely. Or when you have something in your head and it doesn't turn out, and you think, why didn't that turn out? It was so brilliant in my head. And then other times like this, it's like, oh, I don't want to abandon that card, but how could I use these butterflies? So happy, you're right, happy. Okay, so I am going to have to run this guy through twice. Let's just trim this off so I'm not fighting it here. Okay, we can put our clear plate on top and we can run that through. Let's do that. I have a scheduling change for this week because I'm leaving to visit my daughter on Thursday. So I won't be doing lives probably when I'm away. And we don't need any more of those. So let's put that over there. And then on Wednesday, when I'm normally on 2 o'clock, I'm looking after my son's dog and he's picking her up. And I think probably around that time. And also I have an appointment at 2. And so I won't probably be able to commit to that 2 o'clock. Doesn't mean I won't do it later, but since I'll be getting ready to go, probably going to give myself permission not to have to do a live, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. Oops. And then when I'm away, I won't be able to do a live. Oop. Because I won't have what I need. And so I'll just take a holiday. Holidays are okay, right? Yeah. Let's grab that one last little butterfly. Okay, we've got that like that. Okay, and then we'll run that through. Whoops. Good. All right. So this is all the little bits we've got so far. Okay. And we might change our card up a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. All right. I did not go to on stage. No, Cindy, I did not. It filled up too fast for one thing. Like it sold out. Like felt like minutes. So no, I did not go. Quite a few of us didn't get in or chose not to go. There were some choices there. Oop. There we go. All right. So there, what did I do? I cut off the antenna, you guys, because with the body, we've got the antenna. Okay. So let's see here. We can either do this, which I kind of like, or my original idea was I had this on top like that. And then I had the body like that. So let's see if anybody has an opinion. So we've got this guy who's got an added little detail, or we've got the minimalist. It's just got the little body. What are we thinking? Extra or just the body? I know I knew you'd kind of understand, Cindy. Yeah, without saying too much. You get it. Thank you. All right. Kathy and Pat and Sarah and Mo and Ellie and Mary, what do you think? Keisha, what do we think? Cindy, what do we think? You know what? I'm not so sure I don't like this. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? Is I'm going to do just the minimalist. I shouldn't say that because I'm looking at my finished card and it kind of does look nice with the added stuff. Just the body. Okay, I'm going to go with that too. And I'll show you my original one that has everything. So then we'll have an example of both. Now, here's what my friend just taught me the other day, Jen Tinlin. I watched her fabulous live the other day, and she takes a silicone mat and she puts a little bit of glue on it like that. And then she has a dedicated dauber for glue. And if I were putting this on, this is easy to just add glue to by picking it up and doing that. And I thought, wow, that's brilliant. So I don't really need to do it with my body because I could just put my glue on because I'm good at glue, but I'll show you what she does. So she takes this and then she just dabs it on like so. And then she's got the glue all over her piece. So I hope you can understand that what she was when she adds, like if you were adding this body, how much easier that would be than trying to get the glue or some really intricate pieces that we played with, right? So again, I'm just going to grab my little thorax, you just dab it on, and then you get glue right up to the end of those antennae. And then once this glue dries on here, you guys, it just, like, you can just gather it up. Like here's an old one. You just look at that. Just look at that. It just rolls up like a little ball and you're good. Okay. So thank you, Jen, for that tip. I think I might have seen it years ago. Connie Stewart might have done it years ago, but Jen brought it back. So I appreciate that. Just the body, top one. Okay. Just the body. Well, we've got the body. Oh, Mo likes the extra. Well, Mo, you'll see the extra in a sec. Okay. So here's our little butterflies. Okay. So I'm going to leave them like that. And then we need a saying. So I brought in the Highland Heather. Remember, we were using that for our Stampin' Blends. Okay, I'm going to use my embossing buddy, take all those oils from our fingers off of that. I'm going to grab my Versamark. I'm going to stamp a saying. Now, what's the... I don't know. Let me just see something. I want to know if this other saying, time to celebrate, is going to fit. Oops, is going to fit in. Oh goodness, the label that I want to use. But I have to go wrestle it from the case, and I don't know if it's going to work. It's hard to say. It might be a little too small. Okay, so back to my original idea. Stamping it up here. Stamping it up. In case you need me, I'm here. I like that saying. Okay, then I'm going to add some black embossing powder. I'm going to grab my little piece of paper. Oops. Looks good. And I'm going to return that all to this little pot. Excuse me. Pardon me. Hi, Gail. How are you? Nice to see you hop on. Okay, so Jacqueline just liked the body, and Sarah liked the add-on, and Mo liked the add-on. So I'm going to show you both. And then we can have a final vote. Because they're both nice. Remember when we're embossing, we just have to let our heat tool heat up a little bit, and then it's going to grab it and we're going to be good. Okay. Now, my favorite die, as you all know, because you're sick of hearing me say it, is the Stylish Shapes dies. And this is one of the labels from that. So what I want to do is, I could use it like that, but it's too long for my card. So I'm going to move it along. I'm going to hold this up and you're going to see what I'm talking about in a sec. So I'm going to line that up. I do need tape for this. You really need tape, or a Post-it note would work just fine. Post-it notes work, or they have that Post-it tape. I had a lovely person send me a roll, and I've used it all, and she just wanted me to try it, and it worked well. But I'm kind of into my removable tape. Okay, can you see here that I've moved it quite a bit to the closer to the end, and I've got this extra space over here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut that just like we normally would. Excuse me. Okay, so that's what we end up with. So we've got some extra over here. But we can shorten this by our little trick. We've done this several times over the many years, but I always like to remind people, because sometimes we forget, right? It colors the edges. You know what, Kim? Brilliant. So I'll show you what Kim means in a second. Very good observation. Okay, so here what we're going to do is I want to shorten this. So I'm going to take my die and I'm going to place it where I want it, because I'm making this a shorter label, right? So what I've done is I placed it back on, and the edges have actually caught the well, it would be better if it was on the other side. The edges here, you can line it up so that it catches. You can feel it catch the original little dots. Is that what I'm trying to say? Stitch lines. You can feel it. Okay, but you do have to tape it down or it'll move all over. Okay, so I'm going to lift that up and I'm going to run it through again. Okay, and let me bring it back. You can see here that this end is off the edge. So it's not going to be cutting anything. All it's going to be doing is recutting those stitch lines, and then it's going to cut that banner and recut those stitch lines. Can you see this is going to come right off? So that's our little bit that we don't need. And we'll pop this out, and we're going to have a shorter label. So you can make different sizes if you think, oh gosh, I don't have one that's length, that's not going to work. You can make them shorter. Okay. All right, let's bring this in. Add a brass butterfly in the sentiment, and you'll have 3 butterflies. An odd number, that's true. Good point. I don't have any of those butterflies, but that would be a good idea. All right. So this is kind of what we're doing here, right? That's what we're going for. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to glue the butterflies down. Like so. And then this one is going to get glued down. Like so. And then this, let's pop the saying up. Okay. So grab our dimensionals. Everybody, oh no, everyone's just watching. Okay, no, I haven't missed a comment. Take those off. Whoever made dimensionals deserves high praise. Okay, so let's do this. And then let's add some of those sequins, because I'm using things that are in the class. So I want to kind of stay true to what is coming in the goodie bag for the class to show you ways to use those products. Okay. Whoop. Cindy had a good idea. They're just not part of the class. My goodness, Alison. Yeah, it's got the glue on it. I don't know why I'm having a hard time. There we go. Didn't want it to glue there, but hey. There we go. Oop. So what Cindy was talking about is it does look better if you have 3 of something. This is quite a short piece, so I only wanted to use 2, but those are also good ideas. Let's bring in one of those big freesia ones. Okay. All right, let me put all this away. And that's the one we made today. And then here's the one for all of you who wanted the body added. There's the body. Okay. Now you can see here, this was the fresh, believe it or not, this was a fresh freesia blend. It looks way better with the Highland Heather. Way better. So, you know, sometimes when we make cards, we find ourselves improving them as we go, right? Or just changing them up a little bit as we go. All right, so those are today's cards. And then let me remind you of cards that I have received, either in a swap or I've made them. This was one that I showed you a couple of days. Thanks, Gail. This was one I showed a couple of days ago. This is from my friend Laura. She's used that die, this one here, which I've shown you guys how you can make one. You line up the edges with the fold and you end up with this. Isn't that cool? So this is what I would call a bridge card. So that attached to the side is going to keep flipping that open. So that's pretty. And then got this one. Simple, but it's nice. Calypso Coral is one of the colors from the DSP. So it's kind of pretty. I did show you how you can cut out and emboss the butterfly at the same time. This one we didn't make. My friend Jen Tinlin, who showed me the glue trick, she made this card. Now, she has embossed the whole front of it, which I loved. And I used that idea in my card on Wednesday, where I did the same. I glued all the pieces down and then I embossed it. And then I also showed you how to do this effect. Okay. So go back and watch those old videos. And then we made this one. I don't know when we made this one. Last Sunday, maybe? So this one's pretty simple, but I like it. I like the colors. And again, this paper here is the designer series paper. So we've embossed it. And our designer series paper is white core, meaning that it's not colored all the way through because it's just printed one pattern on one side and one pattern on the other, just taking white paper, right? And they print it. So what happens is when you run it through those fabulous dyes, look at this. It's actually exposing the white core and giving that really cool added effect, right? It's not just flat. Love that. Okay. So now that we've seen them, what are we thinking? Are we thinking everybody who wanted just no body, are you still loving the no body? Or do you think you love the body? I like them both. But I will say, I do like the Highland Heather. Oh, and I told you I'd tell you what Kim said. Because I used the blending brush and I colored over my stamped butterfly, she's quite right. When you go to cut it out, we don't have that white space around it that's left by the die. It's colored. So that was another happy accident, Kim. Another one. Thanks, Kathy. You're so sweet. I like them both too. They're different, right? Thanks, Sarah. Everybody else? Nobody else got anything to say? We're all good. Okay. And let me just make sure I haven't missed any comments, and I'll just put myself back on here. I think I'm good. Yeah, everybody's quiet. I'll just see if there's any last comments, and then I will bid you farewell. Like I said, I'll keep you posted on whether I'm going to do a live on Wednesday. I don't know how I can fit it in. I could maybe do it earlier. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, if I don't see you Wednesday, I'll let you know. And then I won't see you until, gosh, for 2 weeks. But anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Okay, maybe what I'll probably do is if you're on my Border Buddy group or even on this group or you get my newsletters, I'll keep you posted with samples and ideas, okay? Even though I won't be here. All right? Okay, you guys. Yep, nobody's got anything else to say. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week. And stay dry if you're in the lower mainland because it's hard to stay dry. It's awful. All right, let me end my stream and we'll see you when I see you. Bye for now.